And what about you? There's a company at the minute and they're contacting a lot of YouTube channels that you may watch, car orientated, and they're asking them if you want, we'll send you this product, one of our products, if you'll do a review on it for free. So you might see this coming up on other channels pretty soon. And whether or not they tell you that they've been sent it for free, well, that's up to them. But I'm open as you'll get. I get sent this for free, and I don't normally like doing free product reviews. Anyone I have done in the past, you know, I've given it away. But I'm going to keep this because I think I might use it. So I'm going to do a wee quick look at it here, see what I think of it. Artilink 500, this company Topdon is contacting a lot of YouTubers and anybody that's interested. Do you want a free scanner basically? Now all this is it's a code reader. It's an OBD2 code reader. It's nothing really fancy about it, to be honest with you. I already have this wee guy here, and I do use this even though we have other scanners in our arsenal. This is just an OBD2 quick code read. If you have an engine management light on, or you may even have a painting code and the management light isn't on, but if you have the engine management light on, you will have a P code, and this will detect it, read it out to you, and give a description of what it is, maybe. And yeah, what I use it for is for monitoring coolant temperature. So just quick plug in, no batteries required, and away you go. And that, I think I got that for free as well when I bought that. But that cost £2 and that there cost £6 or something. So, you know, these things are cheap and they're both available in the Amazon store. And here we are in the Amazon shop. Links in the description and in one of the comments there. So click on test equipment. There's there 50 quid, and the wee hotel £36. And we'll just click on that, and we'll scoot it down, and it gives you a wee bit more info on it if you want to have a look at that. There's a few more there, but they're, I think, are a wee bit dear. Those other ones. £55, I think I've seen it at. It's in around that price anyway, and yeah, so a few more details there. This one here, there's a couple of additional features on it. Well, clearly it's bigger. There's a bigger screen on it, and let me see, what do you get in this thing? So you get the unit, got a packaging, a couple of booklets, if we can get them out. And yeah, so booklet, which is all in English, and what's this here? We bit here about upgrading. So you can connect this to, you get a USB lead, and you can connect this to the PC. Any Windows PC, you can do an upgrade, and you can print, you can record your data, and then you can print it out, which is what that wee boy there can't do. It cannot do that, but this one can do that if you want to do that. And there's a wee light on it as well. Just get you in on this, because one thing I look at with any of these wee boys, you know, is the quality of these pins that you get in these connectors. Some of these cheapo wee scanners that you get on eBay for 15 quid or whatever it is, they're pretty grim when it comes to these connections. They're very flimsy, you know, they bend out of the way and they ain't much good. This one here, it's fully pinned there, as you can see. If I compare that to, if I bring up this other one close to the camera, let me see, we can see that they're not all populated there. So I can see that. Not all populated at all. So, that's a few years old now, and yeah, it is pretty cheap. However, cost-wise, on the Amazon store, on my Amazon store, on the Dave Star Amazon store, this is for sale for 36 quid. It's the AL319 by Artilink, and this one here then is the Artilink 500 Topdon, and that is 50 quid. So for 14 quid more than this one, it's, well, there's clearly a lot more to it. A number of things we can point out before we go on, you know. So there's a heavier cable. It's very flexible. There's a good bit of strain relief there on the cable compared to the wee Autel. The wee Autel lead is only a couple of feet long. I have that plugged into the car with no extension, and clearly the screen is an awful lot bigger. So we'll have a wee quick run through on this here. There's a few features that you don't get with the other one, as well as the cable and whatnot. So we can see here, there's that print function there. So if you do get one of these tools, you want to do a firmware update, and you can download their software. So Topdon Diagnostics into Google there, topdondiagnostics.com. Going to support ROM upgrade, and it brings up that page there. Select the appropriate device there, the 500 down the bottom right. So when you download that, that'll allow you to do any firmware upgrades that are available, and it'll allow you to use that print function as well that's on it. And let's see, if we're going to set up, we can change multiple languages, change from metric to or imperial. We'll just keep it on metric. Record mode, so you can record your data. So I have that on, and what we'll do is we'll turn the beeper off because I hate them. So let's see, another feature, lookup. So we can type in a DTC and it'll give us a description. See if you happen to Google it, if you need to, you know. We'll go out of there, review data, so you can review all the data there. So it must have some sort of EEPROM in it. So that wee Autel, you can't do that with it. And then the print. So we'll do a diagnosing this. This is my car, so I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And we'll just have it run anyway, just to keep the battery going. It'll let us look at the live data as well. So this thing communicates on KWP, I think, or the K line. DTCs, ECU, zip, readiness completed, and then we'll have wee lights here at the bottom. No DTC is a green, so that's okay. Let me see. So data stream, view. So you can graph in this, which you can't do on the wee Autel. Let's see now. So we'll look at our short term and long terms. So we can graph away there at that. That's alright. Half decent size screen, you know, if you're graphing on a very small screen, it's completely rubbish. It's a bit blocky, but let's see. Maybe do a couple more. Let's see. Engine coolant. I think you have to select two of these here. Yeah, you have to select 2. So I selected the 1 there, nothing happened. And I selected 2, so it's giving you a min-max on them as well. Cooling temperature 68. And that's the RPM there just. So there's no scale along the side here. It's just a min-max. Okay. So still in data stream, and we'll get numerical values here. So we'll just select all of that page. Go down, select all that page. Select all that page. That'll do us for the minute. So there we've got she's in closed loop, calculate loads, engine temperature. There's our short term. I'm going to click through the pages there. 12 out of 12. Right, so short term, engine RPM, vehicle speed. So that was just those ones that were clicked, selected quickly there. Intake air 27 degrees. So that's dead on. So come out of that completely. Are you sure you want to leave? Yep. And we'll go into review. Review DTC, no recorded data because there wasn't any. I take it. Review data stream. And there's our numbers that we had. So yeah, that's not a bad wee feature now. So if there was DTCs, data stream and freeze frame, you can look it up again. So yeah, you know what I might do? I might disconnect that and see if that stays in that. I mean, I've just disconnected it and reconnected it again, so it booted up. And we'll go and see if that data stream's still in it. And it is. So it's still there. That's not bad for a wee cheapo tool, you know. So you can look that up again. Alright. So delete data stream. Okay. So it must stay in the EEPROM there until you delete it. That's interesting. So I/M, that's inspection maintenance, that stands for. So, you know, that's for monitors to see that you know, the CAT and the O2 sensors and have run whenever they run a drive cycle to make sure that it's all okay. So they use that in America, part of their testing. So here we'll have an X at the CAT, DTC nil, ignition spark, evap, there's no evap in this, O2s are okay. Doesn't seem like a CAT there, but anyway. Yeah, alright. We'll come out of that. Let me see, anything else? Under diagnosed. Well, that's that same thing again. Data stream, freeze frame data, there won't be any because there's no faults on it. Vehicle information, that it does give you the VIN, not supported in this case. This is 2006 car I'm running this at. More modern car, it will give you the VIN. So it's not really telling you anything there. Getting the VIN in this, so there's no manufacturers in this tool. You know, this is purely generic. But you see the OBD2 data as a quick plug-in. There's no batteries in this, and it's a quick plug-in test just to see, you know, your raw data. That's what I use that other wee boy for. I use it quite a lot for that, even though I have the other bigger tools, so I don't have to boot them up, and you know, this is just a quick data stream job. Plus, sometimes, as we all know, guys that work in cars would know that if you do go in with the bigger tools under the manufacturer data, sometimes you can get a substituted value. So in other words, if you had some sort of sensor that wasn't working right, then the engine ECU will substitute a value. So it can sort of lie to you, you know, and the data that you're seeing isn't actually what the sensor's producing. But in OBD2, it's raw data. It's what we refer to as raw data. So, you know, this is just a code reader. It does not diagnose your car. Don't let people think that, you know, this is a diagnosis. It's not. This is a front door tool. It just looks at data, read the code. You need to be able to interpret the data, you know. So the raw data, such as coolant temperatures and things like that, you know, it's easy enough to figure out, is that right or is that wrong? You know, so if you see something that's sitting at -40 and it's 25 degrees outside, you know that is not correct. So, okay, yeah, so that's emissions related data there. But the main thing in these things, well, it's a code reader. If you, as I say, if your engine management light's on, it'll read the code. This vehicle has no fault codes. If I plug the bigger scanner in, there probably will be, you know, communication codes or some sort of historical codes, non-OBD2 manufacturer specific data. So this is only reading the engine ECU. It's not reading ABS. It's not reading airbags or you know, any convenience modules or any other modules. All this is reading the ECU, nothing else, and that's why it's priced the way it is. But however, at 50 quid, well, that's not bad, the size of it. There we go. Don't think the camera knew what to do there, whether to focus on the tool screen or on the car, so it was flashing away there with the white balance. So as we can see, there's the cable lengths. It's pretty significant difference. You've got a wee light, and it's fully pinned out. This one is not, and a far larger screen. So yeah, I'm just comparing it to that because I have that already, and I do use it, even though I have other scan tools. So it saves you from getting them out if you just want to look at a wee bit of raw data just quickly. Especially, you know, I use that a lot for monitoring coolant temperatures. So when I'm waiting on a thermostat opening with an engine idling or something like that, I'm monitoring temperature, making sure that it's not going too high or whatever. So anyway, that's a quick review. It's in the Amazon store. Yeah, I'm keeping this, and it's not a giveaway, but there you go. You'll probably see more of that on the YouTube. Thanks for watching. All the best, and bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye, Poppy.